guys, Angel here, and the following is my take as a new player to Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra. I played at the end of Season 2, played for a few months, and took a break due to some aspects of the game that I was not having fun with. And I'm back returning to play it some more. I'm going to talk about 7 pillars of what I believe to be the major points of how I felt about the game, right? Overall, good or bad. We have the hero's abilities, how I feel, the effects of the game, like the actual effects, hero roles and how they're tied to the lane metas, the bots in the game, like the actual robots, overtime, how I feel the game sits in a realm between casual and competitive, and how the game automatically queues you up into ranked as soon as you're capable. There is no real specific order, so just bear with me and let me know your thoughts. Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra is a very fun game if you're looking for something that sits between the realm of casual gameplay and competitive gameplay. As much as the game comes off as this competitive business with tournaments, a ranked system, etc., it actually sits outside the realm of true competitive games in my opinion due to the fundamental mechanics of the game and the way that they position it. So let's talk about the casual versus competitive nature. Here are some of my qualms and why I feel this way. For one, you can be paired with teammates cross-platform. This includes mobile, which just completely disintegrates the quality of the game. And this is assuming all players are actual people in your game and not the clearly random robots that they throw into your matches for whatever reason. And I can only assume one of the reasons is to get matches going, increase numbers, I don't know. In other games of this nature, ranked is typically divided due to the different advantages using keyboard and mouse grants you and vice versa. So having no limitation and making this a complete free-for-all makes it a dumpster fire. It does not feel great to play with people that are at a clear disadvantage just with the hardware that they decide to play on. Another qualm I have is that the heroes are forced into designated roles. And because you're forced to play that hero only in that hero specific form, whether it be tank, DPS, tech, it also limits the amount of options and forces a player into a specific corner if they want to play a specific hero. It's not the worst thing in the world. And I'm not sitting here being like, oh, no. I know it's not the worst thing in the world, but it completely undermines the ability of a player to do something cool and creative, which is part of the reason why we're here playing like these competitive type games. We want to make that play. We want to do something unique. We want to be like, oh my god, I just so deeply love playing this character. This character is perfect for me, but hey, I can only play it as a tank. Or hey, I can only play it as a tech. Like, that doesn't feel good. So, the lack of banning and being able to ban at any level of ranked also doesn't make much sense for something competitive. I know the heroes are limited, and I can only assume that this is part of the problem, but that is touched on the fact that heroes are locked into roles. There's actually a decent pool of heroes if you didn't have like 10 techs, 10 deep, whatever the amount is. If you didn't have just these are the tanks and you have to pick them as tank, then it wouldn't be that hard to have a pick and ban phase, which I think is completely necessary in this game. There are some champions or heroes I think that should be banned like every game depending on where they are. Just like League of Legends, just like other games, like they're just too good for whatever reason, and until they're managed, they feel terrible to fight against. I also think it's very interesting that each team could have the same heroes on it, which is fine. I'm not saying that's like a make or break it, but, and again, that's probably another thing where like there's just not enough champions maybe, I don't know, to do this, but you'll see very similar teams every game, and not only that, you'll see like the same 2 or 3 champions every game also. If this game had 10 times the population, they wouldn't need the bots, but because they have bots to get the games going, this makes players not want to play anymore, and when those players quit, it lowers the player base, and here we have a never-ending shitstorm cycle. So I get why they're there, and I get why they're useful, but it seems like a double-edged sword that only exacerbates a problem that exists. Another issue I have with the lack of competitive nature of this game is that the moment you log in and are capable of playing ranked, you get put into queue for it. Meaning you load up the game and the game starts you that if you press play, you are playing a ranked game. You have to consciously go and change it from ranked to normal, which is extremely counterintuitive and likely another reason why you have such terrible teammates in your games, because, hey, they're just playing to play. They just logged in and pressed play because they just want to play the game. And you logged in to play ranked to win, to play a competitive version of the game, or a version of the game that should be more competitive. And here you are playing with people like AFKing, taking a shit, fucking not doing what they're supposed to do. They don't even know how to play the game. If you're not high enough rank, like, they've no clue. And God forbid you're on the team with the bots, because the bots are never spread equally. I'll tell you that. And like, oh, I have a bot and they have a bot. No. Sometimes you're the only team with the bot. But then you also have the person that is just here to fucking not really win. Say that. They don't care if they win or lose. And as a very competitive player, I very much care if I win a ranked game, right? It's not like I'm going to go beat my head against the wall. But if I wanted to play casual, I'd play casual. If I'm choosing to play ranked, it's because I'm trying to upgrade my elo. Whatever. I digress. But yeah, I think that's interesting. And I think that was one of the main things that after I thought about it a long time, I don't even the game creators themselves take the competitive nature very seriously, because why would they instantly queue you into ranked if they took the ranked scene very seriously? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. Okay. It's not all doom and gloom here, I know. Let's talk about hero abilities. I love the heroes, which is one of the reasons why I would fight tooth and nail to make it so they're not attached to a specific role. Because I want to be able to play who I want to play, how I want to play them. If I find a unique way to play them, a build for them that I like, I want to be able to put them where I want to put them. They're great. Their abilities are easy to understand, and you can probably think of a champion from a different MOBA to compare them to when you're playing, and this really decreases the learning curve, which is great. It wasn't like I had to learn, like, how does DBGS work, and then also what is which each hero does. A lot of the heroes are like, oh, this is like Urgot Q or something, something along those lines. Okay, let's dive back to when I very, very first started this game. When I first started and loaded this game, I was so fucking confused. So much was happening all over the map, all over my screen. There were abilities that took up the whole monitor. Like, I was lost and overstimulated. I would say multiple times how much it felt like I was at a casino, and the game felt like one of those, like, super high-tech slot machines where there's, like, shit, like, happening and exploding all over the place. I felt like I was gambling in a casino, and I did not know what any of it meant. I did get used to it eventually and learn what to drown out, but as a brand new player to the game, it was distracting as hell. There were noises, I didn't know what they meant, and the tutorial did not help at all with this. It did not lessen the confusion, and a lot of the core gameplay is actually left out of the tutorial. I know tutorials can't be perfect, but it was very, very far from what an actual game is like, or what to know about the game, the important things to know. No clue that certain people went certain places, and it was just innate knowledge to the player base. But now when you're new, you're just like, okay, I'm going to lock in somebody. I'm going to go top or bot, whatever. Not how it works. I'll slightly touch back on the hero roles and their respective lanes. As it stands at the time of this video, 1 tech and 1 DPS go top, and 1 DPS and 1 tank go bot. Period. End of story. If you want to divert from this in any way, without pissing people off and having them run it down, you'll have to queue up as a 4 squad. I think that a MOBA should have some fluidity in regards to where a role can go, and also where a hero for that role can go. I play Pure Boo as DPS, for example, and God, is he good at it. He's built for it. I think everything about him excels as a DPS. Calling him a tech when I play him isn't quite right, and it would be better if I were able to queue as DPS with him, so that way my team understood what I intended to do, and the other roles could be filled as needed. If I had a suggestion, perhaps instead of just queuing for the role and locking in the hero after, you could just queue as the role and the champ that you intended to play. There are no picks or bans, so it's not like I'm going to counter pick the enemy tank or anything, so not having this doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense, especially because, like I mentioned before, each team can have their hero. So there could be 2 Boos, 2 Freezes, 2 Vegetas. So why can't I not just lock in, be like, I want to play this guy as a DPS, boom, 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 boom. Overtime. Overtime is complete dog shit. It's dog shit. It's dog shit. It's terrible. I hate it. It's so stupid. I know they want to make sure the games don't go on forever, but it really allows for some completely degenerate plays during the game. You'll have people lock in a hero that excels in overtime, and they don't play correctly at all. They're just playing for overtime, and they're just playing with the intent to win overtime. It ruins the game. Also, if you happen to be on the team with the bots and you're playing your heart out, like literally like pulling your fucking team up from the depths of hell, and then overtime happens, it's just G fucking G. It's GG. You might as well have never queued up for that game. And ultimately, this game feels like a test of mental endurance. How long could I make it before I self-combust? That's what it feels like. Another thing, there's no way to turn on a more elaborate tooltip, system, or description. For instance, when I started playing the game, I read everything. So I'll read my hero before I go into a game. I'll read what they do. I'll read everything about them. I was reading the helpers. And for instance, there'll be status effects like marked, wrath. What does marked do? What does wrath do? Every other status effect in the game. What the fuck does it do? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. There's no way to find out in the game. There's no tooltip section to turn on. I had to find out from other players. I had to seek out other players, go to people's streams, and ask them questions, if they even knew, to find out what the fuck it does. That is very strange. It's a very strange concept. It should not be a whole journey to find out what something does in this game. It should be somewhere, very simply put. I still love this game, regardless of the things I've said that might make it seem like I don't. I really do love this game, which is why I'm being so harsh on it. I want more people to play. I want a true competitive scene. I want to care what ranked I am, because I usually only play games a long time that are competitive, because I'm competitive. I want to be the best. I want to be the very best, etc., etc. So I want this game to do well. So that means I'm going to point out the things I don't like. As it stands, I would never dedicate the amount of time I do to League or Marathon or Valorant, etc., to be good at it, to excel at it, to climb the rank ladder. The rank in this game means legit nothing to me right now, because it's such a gamble if you'll get a real teammate, if you'll get a bot, if you're playing with someone on the phone or not, if you're playing with a newer player that just they're ranked levels, so they just go thrown into ranked. Like there's so much gamble and luck that comes into just even queuing up for the game. How am I supposed to take it seriously when it's literally like a flip of a coin every single time? So if you've made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you watching. Thank you. Smooches. I stream Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. I'll post my link in the description, so go check it out. I also have my community Discord server. You're welcome to join, chat with me. I'll put the link in there too, don't worry about it. If you have any other MOBAs you'd like me to try, or if you want to share your experience with Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra, I'd love to hear about it in the comment section below. I know some of you have mentioned the Mobile League game. I do hear you. It's on my radar. Anyway, I'll see you later, cutie patooties. Bye-bye.